One morning, a pickup truck belonging to a farmer named Alex turned onto a sprawling 4,000-hectare field in the state of Texas, USA. This vast land is home to thousands of goats, leisurely grazing on fresh grass, painting a lively and vibrant scene. It's hard to believe that an ordinary farmer could tame and care for such a large herd, producing world-famous premium goat products, from meat to milk to exquisite cheese. So, what's the secret behind this unique farm? Let's follow Alex and uncover the answer in today's video. In the global farming landscape, the United States has more goat farms than any other country, over 30,000 farms spread across all 50 states. Texas, in particular, boasts the highest goat density. Goat farming here is a thriving agricultural sector with diverse purposes, playing a significant role in the history and culture of indigenous communities like the Navajo people. Most goats are raised for meat and milk, with some bred for fiber, all of which contribute substantially to the national economy. Many are surprised to see goats headbutting, assuming they're gentle, friendly creatures. In reality, goats frequently challenge each other. One of the most common reasons, especially among males, is to establish dominance within the herd. Bucks often ram heads to determine which one is stronger, thereby setting a hierarchy. Other reasons include play, skill practice, self-defense, or simply expressing frustration. For Alex, efficient farming is the perfect balance of tradition and modern technology. Sticking to this principle keeps his farm productive and ensures top-quality milk. His goat barns are built with slatted floors elevated 0.5–1 meter above the ground, keeping the animals dry, clean, and disease-free. Each adult goat gets about 1.5–2 square meters of space, allowing them to move comfortably. The goats are grazed 7–9 hours a day on vast open lands, meadows, prairies, or hilly areas, where they freely forage for natural foods like grass, shrubs, and leaves. This method helps them grow healthy and produce meat and milk with distinctive flavors. To prevent straying, Alex equips each goat with a solar-powered GPS collar. He can set grazing boundaries on his phone, and when a goat crosses the limit, the collar sends an alert, a modern, fence-free solution that's both smart and convenient. Goats are omnivores with a unique digestive system. In addition to green forage, their primary source of fiber, Alex supplements their diet with concentrated feed like grains and corn. This combination is crucial for maintaining health and productivity. With such a large herd, Alex monitors them daily for early signs of illness like loss of appetite, isolation, or coughing. Vaccination and regular deworming are a must. For counting and tracking, large farms like his use RFID ear tags or GPS devices, allowing automated scanning at gates to update numbers instantly. This way, Alex can manage his goats accurately, keeping the herd strong and thriving. Goats reproduce quickly, with a gestation period of about 150 days. After birth, does usually have 1–3 kids per litter. At this stage, Alex prioritizes careful care, especially ensuring newborns drink colostrum immediately for a strong immune system. Once a doe is kitted, milking can begin. At Alex's farm, production usually peaks in the second month and gradually decreases afterward. To protect the doe's health and maintain productivity for the next cycle, he allows a 6-8 week dry period before the next birth. Alex's milking process is strict, closed-loop, and flawless. Today, we follow his daughter, Lisa, as she collects the milk. She explains that first, the udder and teats are gently cleaned with a mild antiseptic solution, then dried with a special paper towel, removing bacteria and dirt while stimulating natural milk letdown. Next, she manually expresses a few streams into a test cup to check for abnormalities such as mastitis. Then, vacuum milking cups are attached, working in a gentle rhythm that mimics a kid's suckling, ensuring efficient and complete extraction. The milk travels through a sealed pipe system and is instantly chilled before the processing plant's tanker arrives, a crucial step to inhibit bacterial growth and keep the milk fresh and safe. Alex's goat milk is trusted by businesses and restaurants alike. Transporting it requires strict measures. Specialized stainless steel insulated tankers maintain a steady 4 degrees Celsius during the journey. Before pumping, drivers perform rigorous on-site quality checks, taking samples for lab testing and verifying temperature compliance. The milk is then pumped into the tanker, often divided into compartments to keep milk from different farms separate for easy traceability. The entire process is sealed to prevent exposure to outside air and contamination. Upon arrival at the plant, the milk undergoes a final quality check before acceptance. If it meets all standards, it's stored in large refrigerated tanks until it's ready for pasteurization, cheese making, yogurt production, or other goat dairy products. Goat milk is highly nutritious and easily digestible, rich in protein, healthy fats, vitamins, and essential minerals. Its fat globules are smaller than those in cow's milk, making absorption easier, and its lower lactose content makes it a great choice for the lactose sensitive. It can be transformed into creamy yogurt, ice cream, caramel, and countless varieties of world-renowned cheeses, delights that have captured the hearts of food lovers everywhere.
Do you believe that Chinese people consume 55 million tons of pork every year? This number accounts for more than half of the world's pork production. But in recent years, Chinese consumers have gradually turned to high-quality and delicious pork. So, how do Chinese farmers raise pigs for the best meat? Let's find out! Chinese farmers believe that the quality of pork depends largely on the feed and environment in which it is raised. Pigs need ample space to grow, and grazing on pasture is ideal for producing high-quality pigs. Feeding pigs grass on pasture can improve the flavor and texture of the meat. Because the animals have access to a variety of feedstuffs, such as clover and grass, as well as the ability to dig for insects and roots, the flavor of the pork can be enhanced. Pigs raised on pastures are generally healthier and more relaxed, so their meat also tastes better than pigs raised on closed industrial farms. However, the model of raising pigs on pastures is not suitable for large-scale farms with thousands of pigs. It is only suitable for small private farms with a few dozen to a few hundred pigs. Chinese farmers typically feed their pigs a balanced diet rich in essential nutrients, including protein, fat, vitamins, carbohydrates, and minerals. A good diet helps pigs grow strong and develop muscles, which are important for meat quality. Therefore, many farmers also provide relatively expensive feed for pigs, such as milk powder and fruits. They also vary the pigs' menus daily so that they do not get bored with their food. Many farms use high-quality grains such as corn, soybeans, and barley. Some farmers also add supplements such as fish meal, flaxseed, or other natural oils to improve the quality of the fat and enhance the flavor of the pork. It seems that only humans can enjoy this kind of care, but surprisingly, Chinese farmers have applied massage methods to pigs. Massage has many benefits, such as being able to stimulate muscle growth, resulting in better meat quality. Massage helps reduce stress in pigs, improving their overall health, and potentially leading to better growth rates. These benefits can help keep animals healthier and more productive, while also ensuring delicious meat quality. Some pig farms in China also provide toys, mud baths, and other forms of environmental enrichment to help keep pigs mentally stimulated and reduce stress. In the final weeks before slaughter, Chinese farmers often adjust their pigs' diets to enhance the quality of the meat and marbling. Some farmers use finishing diets that include ingredients such as acorns, apples, or dairy byproducts. Slow-growing pigs tend to develop tastier meat. Once pigs are raised to slaughter condition, they are transported to meat processing plants. It is important to minimize stress during handling, transport, and slaughter, as stress can lead to poor meat quality. To get the best pork, it is important to ensure that the pigs are slaughtered humanely, which is not only ethical, but also helps maintain the quality of the meat effectively. If the pigs are stressed during this period, the quality of the meat will be reduced. Most pork processing plants in China are equipped with modern technology to ensure productivity. Hundreds of tons of pork are produced every day to meet the consumption needs of hundreds of millions of people and for export. Each pig carcass is hung on the conveyor belt through each stage of slaughter, hair removal, and viscera processing. Each stage has its own workers to ensure the best operation. After slaughter and processing, most of the pork is supplied to traders for consumption at the markets. Chinese people tend to consume pork processed on the same day because it ensures freshness. Therefore, the daily pork processing output in China also accounts for 50% of the world's total. We have just watched how Chinese farmers raise pigs with the best meat quality. What do you think about today's video? Please comment to let us know. Australia is one of the world's largest exporters of sheep, accounting for about 57% of global sheep production and 92% of global adult sheep production. Sheep farms here can stretch for tens of thousands of square kilometers, bringing huge revenue to farmers. So, what has driven the growth of the Australian sheep industry, and how can farms maximize profits? Take a look at some of the most modern sheep farms in this video to find out. Australia's sheep industry is one of the largest agricultural economies and has a long history spanning over 200 years. It plays a vital role in supplying high-quality meat and wool to the global market. Today, there are around 79 million sheep on huge farms, many of which cover tens of thousands of hectares. The most common fallow areas are New South Wales, 38%, Victoria, 21%, Western Australia, 18%, and South Australia, 15%. The most typical example of a modern sheep farm model is Rawlinna, Australia's largest sheep farm. This farm has an area of 1,011,714 hectares, almost the same area as Sydney. In addition, there are hundreds of other farms that are smaller in scale, but still extremely large and modern. It can be seen that the scale of sheep farms in Australia is extremely large. Sheep farms in Australia mainly raise the famous Merino sheep breed, with high-quality, smooth and soft wool products, mainly serving the textile industry. Merino sheep not only have good wool quality, but also have the ability to adapt well to harsh climates, helping to improve productivity and product quality. In addition, Donnay and Paul Dorset sheep are also raised for meat and meet the large export demand. Lambs are carefully cared for after birth with a suitable diet, including mother's milk and supplementary feed. After a few months, they begin to graze on large pastures and are monitored through modern equipment. When the sheep reach optimal weight or have long enough wool, they will be sheared or sold for meat. To be able to operate large sheep farms, farmers must apply modern technology and the most optimal management methods. Systems such as remote cameras and automatic watering can significantly save time and labor costs. At the same time, electronic identification systems help monitor the health and productivity of sheep, improving data accuracy. The use of data management software also makes it easier for farm owners to track pedigrees and profits from ewes. Thanks to supporting equipment and technology, farmers no longer have to travel hundreds of kilometers to check their flocks. Thus, they have succeeded in reducing the number of workers needed, thereby reducing farm operating costs. This not only brings high economic efficiency, but also promotes sustainable development for the sheep farming industry in Australia. In addition to modern technology, one of the factors that helps the sheep farming industry in Australia bring high profits is optimizing the size of the sheep herd. With the same number of workers, but in Australia, farms increase the size of their sheep herds, thereby bringing higher profits. According to statistics, Australian sheep farms produce 5 to 10 times more meat per hour of work than the rest of the world. Therefore, although labor costs are 10 times higher than in China, Africa, or South America, and twice as high as in New Zealand and European countries, they are still highly profitable. In addition, the construction of mixed sheep farms combined with crop farms helps to take advantage of feed sources from crops. This is an effective solution to save on the cost of buying feed for sheep. Therefore, Australia has become one of the countries producing sheep with the lowest cost in the world, lower than the global average of $428 per 100 kilogram live weight. The majority of Australian sheep is exported to overseas markets, most notably China, Europe, and the United States, generating a significant amount of revenue for the livestock industry. According to the latest figures, the value of exports in 2023 to 2024 is a record $5.1 trillion, which is a huge number. Despite the large-scale sheep farming, Australian farmers are also committed to producing sheep sustainably. Efforts to maintain land, vegetation, and reduce emissions are essential. Each year, livestock farmers, especially sheep farmers, invest more than $13 million in research to reduce the impact of the industry on the environment. Practical actions are being taken to improve environmental sustainability, such as installing solar panels, fencing to increase biodiversity, etc. These efforts not only bring economic benefits, but also create a better living environment for sheep. With recent climate change, global competition, and market issues, the revenue of the Australian sheep industry is forecast to decrease by about 2.6% by 2024. However, with efficient and sustainable farming models, Australia will still be the world's largest supplier of sheep meat and wool. In Australia's vast and diverse landscape, managing a large herd is a daunting task, especially when grazing large numbers of goats across vast inaccessible terrain. To manage herds of up to 50,000 goats, Australian farmers have used a seemingly expensive but very effective method, using helicopters to herd millions of goats. So, how does this method work? It's all in this video. Let's explore it now. While traditional management methods such as using dogs, horses, or vehicles have proven ineffective, especially in Australia's rugged terrain, helicopters offer a practical solution, allowing farmers to monitor and cover large areas quickly and efficiently. The first step in helicopter goat herding is to locate the herd. Pilots fly helicopters over large areas of land, identifying groups of goats from the air. Once the herd is located, the helicopter swoops down to low altitude and guides the herd to a predetermined location, such as a pen or a staging area. The noise and the presence of the helicopter encourages the goats to move in the desired direction. Using helicopters to herd goats is very efficient and saves time for farmers. In just one day, a helicopter can cover hundreds of kilometers and gather thousands of goats, which would take days or even weeks using traditional methods on the ground. Helicopter grazing also reduces the environmental impact of grazing. Traditional methods such as driving can cause soil compaction, damage vegetation, and impact local wildlife. Helicopters allow farmers to manage their goats with minimal environmental impact. This modern grazing method is also considered safe for humans and livestock. Goats are less likely to be stressed or injured than with other management methods. Additionally, farmers do not affected by rough terrain, avoiding traffic accidents or injuries during livestock gathering. While there are many benefits to helicopter goat grazing, it also comes with significant challenges. Helicopter operating costs are high, and not all farmers can afford to use this method regularly. Fuel, maintenance, and the need for skilled pilots also add to the costs. Weather conditions can also affect the effectiveness of helicopter grazing. On the other hand, the noise from the helicopter can cause stress and anxiety for other animals. Therefore, to improve, pilots and farmers need to keep a suitable distance and use techniques to guide the goats to move gently instead of forcing them to move quickly. The goats are raised for meat and milk. Free-range goats are highly valued for their meat quality and are exported to many countries, especially in the Middle East. Tens of thousands of goats are moved to staging areas where they are sorted, and those that meet the standards are sent to processing plants. Goat meat processing in Australia is carried out in dedicated plants, starting with humane slaughter of the goats, carried out under strict regulations to ensure the highest standards of animal welfare. After slaughter, the goat carcasses are sorted into different meat grades to meet the consumer market. Some processing plants also produce value-added products such as goat sausages, roasts, and minced meat. The entire process is carried out with a focus on maintaining the quality and safety of the meat, with strict quality control and inspection measures. The Australian goat meat industry is primarily export-oriented, with Australia exporting around 35,000 tons of goat meat overseas each year. Australia has long established a solid reputation for providing high-quality, safe, and sustainable meat,